Hello, Internet. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for joining me. Just got done with my my bit about the DPF and exhaust gas recirculator on vehicles. Pretty good show. I think it turned out pretty good. I haven't watched it. I got to make sure to get in the habit of watching my videos and make sure they turn out okay. Because sometimes I sounded kind of dumb. I know, might be shocking, but been dipping into this Sean Strickland MMA fighter, and he's entertaining to say the least. For those of you who don't know, he is very outspoken against the LGBTQ, the alphabet people that keep changing their thing every other day. They all have their own flag and all that ridiculousness, and he's not having it. Much like most of us. And Sean, anybody I talk about on the show is welcome to come on my show. Sean, should you for some reason see this video, by all means, I'd love to have you up. Come see Alaska, come go fishing. I'd like to hear more. I've seen a few interviews he's done, but so basically an interviewer asked him, or a journalist or whatever, asked him in a conference style, he's like, oh, well, you've been outspoken against the LGBT, and he's just like, this piece of shit right here. He's like, what is your deal? Like, and he's like, are you gay? He's like, just, and there's a pause. He's like, answer the question. He's like, well, no, I'm a LGBTQ ally though. He's like, okay, yeah, pussies like you gotta go, and just went absolutely off on him, as he should. Somebody's got to straighten these people out, and he's probably just as confused, much like most of us, as to how this whole thing went so far. I mean, part of it was just trying really hard not to oppress people and just make them feel welcome. I mean, okay, cool, I get that to some degree. Media is doing it because it causes drama and bullshit, and they make money off it. Government's doing it, I mentioned before, I think it has something to do with a very sinister plot to depopulate the planet. And of course, they do it to divide us also, and watch the hand over here, don't look at what's going on over here type thing. But I've seen a few interviews, and man, he absolutely went off on Andrew Tate too. Basically, he's just like, oh, he's just a hyper-inflated example of what masculinity is. Oh, look, I got all this money, and oh, I'm such a tough guy. I'm a boxer. Look at me, I'm so fit. I mean, maybe he's right. I mean, I personally like a lot of what Andrew Tate has to say. I haven't watched a lot of things. I've kind of only seen clips, and I defended him with these sex trafficking allegations because that just seems like total bullshit sideshow to me. And somebody asked Dana White in an interview, or not an interview, in a conference, I guess it would be, he's like, oh, are you okay with what some of your fighters are saying? Okay, cancel culture coming after him. I know that's what they're talking about, is what Sean Strickland was saying. And he's like, yeah, my boxer can say whatever they want. It's freedom of speech, right to protest, all that stuff. And now, hang on. I know you're going to come at me about, because I was very critical of Kaepernick and his protest. Well, Sean is not protesting. He was asked and he answered, and he's taking it off the mat. He is talking in a conference. That is the time and place for it, or more or less, separate interviews. So I know you're going to try and mash those things together. So Sean Strickland can protest and talk against LGBT people, but Kaepernick, rich kid raised by a rich white family can't protest police brutality. It's not what I said. I'm saying we talk about the way he protested. We don't talk about how he did. Sean Strickland, and he's not protesting. He is asked. That is the time and place. And this whole they-them bullshit came from COVID boredom. Everybody just gotta, oh, hey, look at me, I'm oppressed, and give me attention. And this whole movement really deadheaded it when we got to go talk to you, we got to go read to your kids, and that was trying to shove people's faces in it. Don't give me that, well, we're trying to make kids realize this isn't such a horrible thing and normalize it. Yeah, make kids comfortable around people that are overwhelmingly more likely to rape and molest them. Yeah, great idea. And then again, that was to shove people's faces in. Oh, you don't approve of my lifestyle. Well, I'm going to go read to your kids. Watch me. You people are going to get killed. And you know what? I got nothing for you. I'm not saying to kill them. I am saying you're going to piss people off, and that's what's going to happen. So naturally, I think Sean Strickland is kind of a badass. So, I mean, more people need to stand up for these things, or against these things, just like Riley Gaines did. And, she's absolutely making freaking tidal waves of of progress, and I couldn't. Now that's the type of chick I admire. If I'm admiring him, that should tell you something. Her and 15 teammates are suing suing over this, which is great. I hope they put that whole shit underground and bury it. And one of her teammates, somebody in an email said, when she talked against this dude being in their locker rooms, they said, let it go or you will regret it. I want to know who the fuck that was, and I want them buried underneath a goddamn prison. That is horse shit. That is a threat, and that is absolute bullshit. So I think they're doing it because, why are these people doing this? Some people are being paid, some people are being blackmailed, and some people are victim worshipers, and some people, like the Miss America pageant, they said, fuck it, give the dude the participation trophy. We'll deal with, I'd rather deal with the sane masses that think that's dumb than deal with this movement and deal with them and their bullshit. Just give it to them, fuck it, walk away. I think that's what happened there. But giving Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, Woman of the Year, that was victim worshipers. Like, oh my goodness, he's so wonderful. So, but, athletes are, in general, kind of way out of their lane here. Again, Riley Gaines, that was a very different thing. Her thing wasn't against the community. Sean is against the community, which, I mean, I am too. And I was a very big supporter of the gay community. He's like, fine, do your thing. By the way, have you been to a gay bar lately? Those people know how to party. Tons of fun. Nobody ever grabbed my butt. Not one time. It wasn't, but, in the drag shows, I just turn away and not watch. I don't go in there and tell them they can't do them because I'm there, like they do everywhere else. But, I mean, if you're a part of the gay community, I highly recommend you stop going to these things because something bad's going to happen. It's a prediction. That is not a threat. Calm your tits, people at YouTube. So, and it's just amazing to me that you praise... what was the soccer player? Megan, right? Something. You praise her for, standing up for these things, but then when Sean does something that is, gets criticized when what he's doing is supported by 95% of the people, and he's demonized versus, Megan does something that supports 0.1% of the population that most people are against, and media says, you have to hail her as a hero. Again, we're not following the same sets of laws here, and it's absolutely freaking ridiculous. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on Sean Strickland. I know I got way off topic. It's what I do. So, thank you for joining me. Have a good rest of your weekend.